Hello, my name is Paul Blum, and I'm really excited to share our technology with you. I'm a founder of Neurocarrus. My company has invented a new way to treat human pain because our mission at Neurocarrus is to help improve the quality of life of people suffering from long-term chronic pain and at the same time to fight the opioid epidemic. That epidemic is getting worse. Almost 5 people die every hour in America because they overdose on prescription pain medications. These are highly addictive drugs, and the reason they're so addictive is because they're untargeted pain medications, so they act systemically in your body. You take them as a pill like OxyContin, it dissolves in your stomach, and it then enters your bloodstream, and all the tissues in your body are exposed to the drug. Any tissue with a cell that has an opioid receptor, also called a mu receptor, can be affected by this drug. And that's okay if it's a pain neuron, because you get pain relief, but it's a problem if it's a cell in your brain in the pleasure center, because you experience euphoria, which can lead to addiction. It's also a problem if it affects the breathing center of your brain, because that stops you from breathing, and people die when they overdose because they suffocate because of this untargeted side effect of the opioid. So, Botox is an example of a drug. It's in the cosmetic industry, which is used to treat a certain class of neurons, in this case, motor neurons, and it's administered in a targeted way by injection. It freezes motor neurons, and those are the type of neurons that control your muscles. So when that happens, your muscles relax and your wrinkles go away. At Neurocarrus, we wondered, what if there was a way to do that same thing, a targeted way to treat pain neurons? And we came up with a way to do that, and we did that by protein engineering. We created a multifunctional protein that has the unique ability to bind to pain neurons, also called sensory neurons. During injection, it binds to the neurons, it enters the neurons, and only inside it delivers a therapeutic payload. That therapeutic payload targets a protein called actin. Actin is what makes up the cytoskeleton inside of what's called an axon, which is a long finger-like projection that connects the neuron to your brain. When that happens, that neuron can no longer signal pain to your brain. It blocks the transmission of pain signaling. And the consequence is you no longer have the sensation. So we've tested our protein, it's called N001, in vitro using cultured neurons. And here we have sensory neurons from chickens on the left, sensory neurons from mice in the middle, and motor neurons on the right from chickens. And all 3 of these cultured cells produce long finger-like projections. Those are the axons. They're just like human neurons in that sense. And when we treat them, only the sensory neurons respond, and they respond by retracting their axons because of this effect on actin. But the motor neurons don't respond at all because the drug doesn't bind to them, even at 20 times the effective dose we use to treat the sensory neurons. So our drug N001 is highly specific for this subclass of neurons called sensory neurons or pain neurons. And we've also tested our drug in vivo using an animal model of inflammatory pain. So here we compete against opiates. In animals that have no pain control, there's no pain relief, so 0 pain relief. And animals treated with our drug N001 by injection or the opiates both experience 100% pain relief, except we're using 1/5 the molar dose of our drug. So N001 is more potent than an opiate. We've also tested its duration, how long it lasts, in the same animal model system of pain. And both drugs work really well, the opiate and N001, after 1 day of treatment, but by day 2, the opiates have worn off. You have to take another pill of an opiate to get pain control. Our drug is still working. By day 3, our drug is still conferring some pain relief. So our drug is longer acting than an opiate. But by day 4, our drug has also worn off. This is important because it means our drug is reversible. That means there's no permanent damage to these pain neurons. They regain full function, as do their axons. We're interested in the global pain market. That's a $32 billion annual market. And in the United States, we're targeting osteoarthritic pain. That's about 10% of the US population, so nearly 30 million people. Reasonable size market. We have intellectual property around our invention, including an exclusive license for all fields of use, both the drug N001 and the delivery system, which means our multifunctional engineered protein can deliver other therapeutic molecules specifically to pain neurons. We have excellent publications on our technology, including in the top journals in the field of science, and we've assembled an advisory board that includes 2 pain medical doctor specialists, one of whom is the president-elect of the American Association of Pain Medicine and is at the Cleveland Clinic, as well as a veteran from the pharmaceutical industry who is a project manager with expertise in preclinical drug development and clinical trials. So together with my partner, Ben Pavlik, we have over 30 years of protein engineering experience. And our technology was recently recognized by the National Institutes of Drug Abuse because of its potential to fight the opioid epidemic. We are currently in preclinical development, which means we're testing our drug further in animal models, particularly pain models. And in order to complete those studies, we are raising $3 million. So I invite you to join us, join our revolution in pain management, and help us fight the opioid epidemic. Thank you.